Remember when I talked about students who wait over a year and 2 years before they get their appointment at the consulate, and then after waiting, their visa still get denied? That's a true life story that happened to someone. And today I just want to talk about what you should avoid, mistakes you should avoid when making your study visa application. It's good to have, all your documents ready, the statement of purpose, blocked account, because this video basically is for those applying to study in Germany, but I think it would also benefit those who are applying to other countries. Now, in the video I made on TikTok, just a brief overview, I talked about students who apply and then they are not able to speak well during their visa interview. But first, I'm going to talk about the experience this person made and tell you why his visa was denied. And from there, you can actually make corrections. So, in his case, there were gaps in education. He had finished his bachelor's degree in 2011. And of course, 2011 until 2024, you can count how many years in between that is. And then you get an admission. Lucky you, right? You are admitted into a university in Germany. And you are asked, why are you just going to do a master degree after how many years? If it was you, what would your answer be? I'm sure you will start saying, yeah, there is no money and all this and that. That's not the right answer. What do you think the right answer should be? That is one of the points you should look at, especially if you fall under this category. Number two, your course of study and the motivational letter. Somehow, these two are related. Imagine that you did economics for the bachelor degree and then get a master degree to do something in a different field, like a totally different field. To you, this is something you've always wanted to do, or probably you just wanted to change your career path, right? How are you able to convince the visa officer, both on the motivational letter and when you're speaking during your interview, why there is a change in the career field or in the course of study? For some persons, they're like, yeah, this is what I got, although I applied for a particular course. You can imagine if it was you, try to turn the tables, right? You're the visa officer and the visa officer is you, and then they ask you, why are you trying to study a master degree in sport, even though you did something in economics for your bachelor degree, and you don't have anything to say, or you start making vague statements like, yeah, then I changed it because while I was doing this, I just felt maybe sports is better than doing economics, or because I want to find a job and I know that there are lots of job openings in sport. That's actually not convincing enough, because there are also job opportunities in other career fields. That should not be an option. This is something that you should look at. Number three. Before I talk about number three, I want to just make some statement to what I've just said previously. For you who would think, hey, I did a bachelor in economics and now I have a master degree in economics, and then you go online. Right now we have the world of AI, and then you pick something, you just copy paste without going through it in a bid for you to just apply and get out. The visa officer would know. They also make their research, right? You also need to be careful that you know what you're doing. A lot of work has to be put into it. Now on to number three. Number three is about inconsistencies. So someone prepares CV for you, someone prepares motivational letter for you, someone prepares this and that for you, and then you do not even have time to go through your application as someone who wants to study, in quote, right? And then the visa officer finds inconsistencies in your application. Your CV on your CV it is written that you worked in, let's say, Deloitte, and then on the motivational letter you have something like my experience in KPMG. It already shows that you did not take time to go through your documents, and there are inconsistencies, because it will be, why do we have Deloitte on the CV and on the motivational letter KPMG? So you see that they don't correlate. Even you as a person, if we should turn tables, like I said, You would notice that if someone comes to you, a friend will come to you and say, see, the person says this today, I gave Jack beans. And then the next day he says, remember the day I told you I gave Jack rice? You would also start thinking like, I thought he said he gave him beans the first day. So that's exactly the same thing that is happening to the visa officer who is actually seated and listening to you and going through your application. That's something you should also take note of. By the way, if you're not subscribed here, do well to get subscribed. Share the link to those who you know it would benefit. And I'll see you in the next video, because in the next video we'll be talking about the freelance visa, how you can arrive Germany to do business. Number 4, come close. I think this gets to everyone. If you're applying for a study visa, whatever class of visa, number 4 is the deal breaker: nervousness. So for some persons, so long as it's an interview, somebody is asking them questions and they need to talk, they are so nervous that even when they know it, they start to, talk gibberish. They just say things that are not even part of what they were asked. Somebody could ask you, why do you want to study in Germany? And then you start talking about your family members and how you guys discussed on how you're going to study in Germany. I understand that most persons can get nervous, especially when you come into the big building, German consulate, Federal Republic of the German Consulate, and you're like, oh my God, calm down, don't be nervous. And don't forget that the person seated right opposite you is also a human being like you are. Yes, the person is the one who is making decisions right now on this visa application, this big visa application, but you getting nervous does not help, right? So let's calm down. And I think what you can also do is, like, you can breathe in and out, and sometimes they could be very nice. They tell you, hey, calm down, breathe in and out, and then you're able to listen and answer questions that you are asked. There are still a few more points that I cannot detail down in this video. And if you want to know more, or you think this applies to you, you can leave a comment. You can drop your questions. If you want a one-on-one consultation, you can reach out via email and let us know. We focus on Germany. I'll see you in the next video. For those who are interested on which legal pathway there are to Germany, do well to subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you.